Hey everyone, it's Anu. I just had a couple of really quick thoughts I wanted to share with y'all tonight. You've probably heard the news that there's someone who is, I guess, pretty popular in the Christian community who now has some accusations against him and even some things that he's admitting to as well. So if you have or you hadn't heard the news, I don't know. I feel like every time I hear that, my heart just drops because it just feels like it keeps happening over and over again. And it's such a hard thing when we feel like people that we've looked up to, especially, have fallen away from the faith. And I don't know where your mind goes. I mean, I think it's easy for all of us to get caught up in this idea of, I can't believe he would do that, or I can't believe she would do that. They should know better. And then kind of, think that their sin is greater than our sin. But, as I was kind of just thinking about this entire situation and praying, I was reminded of the story of Jesus and Peter in Luke 22. And in verse 31, Jesus warns Peter. He says, Satan has asked to sift you like wheat. And that's, not a phrase that we probably ever use now. And I like how the Message translation describes it, where Jesus is warning Peter that Satan is trying to separate you from me. And that's essentially what it comes down to. But I love the follow-up response that Jesus has to that. And here's what he says to him. But I have prayed for you that your faith may not fail. And when you have turned again, strengthen your brothers. So again, I don't know where your mind goes when we hear news like about another Christian brother or sister that's fallen, but I pray that our hearts would go where Jesus' heart went, where he took the time to pray for Peter, and then he also encouraged him and said, you know what, when you get through this, I'm praying that you're going to use this to encourage other people in their faith. And so I want to ask you to do that too. Would you pray for our brothers and sisters who have been sifted like wheat by Satan? And would you pray that their faith would not fail them? That even though they've maybe fallen into this trap or this temptation, that it would not be the end of their faith. And that when they get through this and when they turn back, that God would use this situation to bring glory to his name. Because I think when this happens, when Christians fall, it's easy to look at the negative side and use terms like hypocrite and such. But then I think it's also an opportunity for the grace of God to shine even brighter, and for them to say, if he can come back to the faith after what he's done and express and experience the forgiveness of God, then maybe I can too. So again, let's just keep praying for each other. And just like Jesus did, he modeled it so perfectly for us. And I want that to be said of us too. So God bless you guys. Have a good night.